The stadium-sized AGT Champions stage buzzes with electric anticipation as the announcer's voice echoes, "Please welcome, Marcelito Pomoy." For a split second, the crowd hesitates, then a wave of recognition sweeps through the room like a shockwave. People rise from their seats, clapping, whispering, pointing. It's him, the guy with two voices. Someone shouts, while another fan waves a small Philippine flag excitedly. Marcelito steps into the spotlight with his characteristic humility, giving a shy smile and a small bow. Despite the roar of the audience, he looks almost fragile, hands clasped around the microphone, shoulders slightly tense. He has performed for millions before, yet this stage, this competition, carries a different weight. This is Champions. One mistake could end everything. The judges watch him carefully. Heidi beams with excitement, Sophia leans forward as if she already senses something big, Howie nods in approval, but Simon Cowell sits almost motionless, studying Marcelito with a razor-sharp gaze. His eyebrow arches slightly, a silent challenge. "Show me something I haven't seen." The music begins softly, a haunting orchestral build that swirls across the stage like a rising tide. Marcelito inhales deeply, eyes closing. In that moment, the world feels suspended, no noise, no movement, just the rhythm of his heartbeat echoing in his chest. Then, with the smooth clarity of a seasoned tenor, he releases the first note. It floats across the auditorium, warm and powerful, instantly claiming every ear. Conversations stop mid-sentence. Cameras swivel. Even Simon's posture changes ever so slightly, his eyes narrowing in surprise. Marcelito continues, each note a declaration of why he deserves to stand among champions. And as the stage lights flare brighter, it becomes clear, this isn't just a comeback. This is the beginning of something extraordinary. The orchestral swell intensifies, wrapping the stage in a golden glow as Marcelito continues his flawless tenor delivery. The audience is already impressed, some recording, some cheering softly, yet none of them are prepared for what's about to happen next. Marcelito glances upward for a moment, as if gathering strength from an unseen source. Then he shifts the mic slightly, tilts his head, and switches. A crystalline, angelic soprano voice bursts from his throat, so pure, so unexpectedly delicate, that a wave of gasps sweeps across the auditorium. A woman in the front row literally drops her phone. A couple in the balcony stands up instinctively, eyes wide in disbelief. It sounds like a completely different person has begun singing. But it's still just him. The judges are stunned. Heidi's jaw falls open, she presses both hands to her heart. Sophia covers her mouth with both palms, her eyes tearing up from shock. Howie looks back and forth between the stage and the LED screens, trying to figure out if there's a technical trick. And then there's Simon, leaning forward, elbows on the table, eyebrows furrowed. His face isn't just surprised, it's concerned, as though he's questioning the laws of physics. Marcelito transitions smoothly between the two voices, tenor to soprano, back to tenor, like flipping through two different souls. With every switch, the audience erupts louder, the applause turning into screams of disbelief. The cameramen scramble to capture every angle, zooming in to prove to the world, this is real, and it's happening live. The room fills with a kind of magic that can't be rehearsed or faked. Marcelito isn't just performing a song, he's performing the impossible. And with each soaring soprano note, he pulls the entire theater deeper into his spell, making it clear that this performance will not be forgotten. As Marcelito rises toward the climax of the song, the entire arena feels suspended in a breathless moment. The orchestra eases into a softer background, almost stepping aside to let his voice, both of his voices, take center stage. Each note climbs higher, more delicate, more impossibly controlled than the last. The audience leans forward collectively, as if afraid to blink and miss the next miracle. Then it happens. Marcelito hits a soaring, glass-pure high note in his soprano voice, so clean, so emotional, it cuts through the air like a beam of light. The moment the sound leaves his lips, the room freezes. Cheers die mid-shout, hands fall slowly back to people's sides. Even the cameras seem to hesitate, as if unsure how to capture something so unreal. The spotlight widens, bathing Marcelito in a warm golden halo. But the camera focuses on one face, the face everyone wants to see. Simon Cowell. He sits perfectly still, eyes wide but unblinking, his mouth slightly open in a way rarely seen from him. He doesn't fold his arms. He doesn't tap his pen. He doesn't smirk. He simply stares, utterly transfixed. The judge, known for being impossible to impress, suddenly looks like a man who has just witnessed something he cannot explain. Sophia leans toward him slowly and whispers, "Simon, are you hearing this?" But he doesn't respond. He's locked in, studying every breath Marcelito takes, trying to understand how a single human being can produce such contrast, such power, such emotion. When Marcelito shifts effortlessly back into his tenor voice, Simon sits back in his chair, exhaling sharply, the kind of breath someone takes when they realize they've just seen a once-in-a-lifetime talent. For the first time tonight, Simon Cowell is speechless. The orchestra explodes into its final swell, wrapping Marcelito's voice in a dramatic cascade of strings and percussion. He holds the microphone close, bracing himself for the final transition. With a flawless glide, he shifts one last time from his soaring soprano into his deep, resonant tenor, landing the closing note with absolute mastery. It vibrates through the auditorium, lingering in the air like a final echo of something heavenly. Then, silence. For a full heartbeat, the room is still. No one moves. No one breathes. Marcelito stands in the center of the stage, chest rising and falling, eyes glistening under the bright white spotlights. He doesn't know yet what will come next. He only knows he has given everything he has. And then the explosion hits. The crowd erupts into cheers so loud they shake the stage. People jump to their feet, shouting his name, Marcelito. 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 A group of fans in the back waves Philippine flags, tears streaming down their faces. Someone in the front row is sobbing openly, holding her hands to her mouth as if she can't believe what she just witnessed. The judges stand too, first Heidi, then Sophia, then Howie. They clap above their heads, making it completely clear, this is not just appreciation. This is a tribute, a moment of honor. Simon is the last to rise. But when he does, the audience screams louder than ever before. His standing ovation, rare and meaningful, carries more weight than a golden buzzer. He doesn't smile widely, but the nod he gives Marcelito, slow, deliberate, respectful, sends a chill through the entire auditorium. Marcelito presses a hand to his chest, overwhelmed, bowing repeatedly as golden lights shimmer behind him. In that moment, he isn't just a contestant. He is a champion. As the cheers slowly fade, Marcelito stands center stage, trembling with emotion. The lights dim into a soft amber glow, framing him like a hero returning from an impossible battle. He wipes a tear from his cheek, trying to steady his breathing. Even now, the crowd refuses to sit down, everyone is still on their feet, waiting, anticipating the judges' reactions. Heidi is the first to speak, gushing with excitement. Sophia follows, voice cracking with emotion. Howie praises him with heartfelt admiration. But the entire stadium is waiting for one person, the man whose approval means more than any trophy. Simon Cowell. The room falls completely silent as he leans toward his microphone. He doesn't speak right away. Instead, he looks at Marcelito for a long moment, long enough for Marcelito's hands to tighten around the mic, long enough for the audience to hold their breath. Then Simon finally says, voice low but sincere, "Marcelito, I thought I had seen everything on this show. But tonight, you proved me wrong." The crowd explodes into screams. Marcelito's eyes widen, stunned by the words he never thought he'd hear. Simon continues, gesturing toward him, "You didn't just perform. You delivered one of the greatest moments in AGT Champions history. Your talent is unbelievable. Your control, your emotion, your dual voice, it's beyond anything anyone expects from a single human being." He pauses, letting the weight of the moment settle. Honestly, Simon adds, "I think you beat every champion who has ever stood on this stage." Sophia presses her hands dramatically over her heart, wishing she had a golden buzzer to slam again. The audience shouts in agreement, chanting Marcelito's name. Marcelito bows deeply, overwhelmed with gratitude. And as the stage lights turn golden once more, one thing becomes clear. Tonight, Marcelito didn't just shock Simon. He rewrote AGT history.